Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to Popternative. This is the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions in the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, news, sports, music, everything really depending on the guest. Talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. You'll soon recognize my guest from Mighty Ducks Game Changers, dropping March 26th on Disney+. Kiefer O'Reilly is with us. Kiefer, welcome to Popternative, man.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here.
I'm excited to chat with you. I mean, it's calm before the storm a little bit. Like, it's going to drop soon, and everyone's going to be able to see Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
I know. I'm nervous, man. I mean, I've been working on it since like February, so I'm nervous.
It's amazing. I mean, right off the bat, before we kind of get into it, I just kind of want to know about you in terms of acting and storytelling. When did that all start for you? When did you decide that was something you wanted to do?
I mean, I've always showed an interest in arts when I was younger. So, I think I booked a commercial, then I booked a TV show, and I just worked my way up from there.
Absolutely. And it's really cool because, you know, we're both from Canada. You're from Vancouver. I am from Ottawa. And it's just hockey's a part of our, it's a part of our culture and heritage. You know what I mean? So I want to know, before, you know, signing on for the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, did you play hockey growing up? Was there a lot of familiarity with hockey? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I played hockey since I was like 3. Yeah. So I grew up watching the Mighty Ducks and grew up playing hockey, and all of that combining into acting. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. How does it feel to be part of a iconic sports franchise like the Mighty Ducks? It's crazy.
Again, really nerve-wracking. Since February 2020. It's been a long time, and especially before that, just landing the audition and everything, before even booking the role was super nerve-wracking. Again, it's super fun.
Now, it's very interesting because, they announce that there's going to be a show. Like, there's kind of like because you say you've been working since February, but there's a natural kind of progression of what the viewers and the fans find out about the show, right? Yeah. The show is announced, then it's announced that Emilio's back. Then there's a poster, and then there's a concept, right? Like, all this information like sprinkles in, and then and there's a teaser. Like, it's crazy how that happens too.
And I'm finding this out like as we speak, because I was doing interviews earlier, and I wasn't allowed to say anything about the original Mighty Ducks coming back. Mm-hmm. And then Disney posted it on their Instagram.
Yes.
And I guess I'm allowed to say it now. So
Averman, played by Matt Doherty, he's been on the show before.
Really?
Yeah, like a couple of years ago, we had him on the show.
Really funny.
And we joked around. Like, this was like when they were announcing that, Emilio was going to come back from Mighty Ducks. Yeah. And we were just joking, like, you never know. Like, maybe the Ducks will show up, but like, nothing was said.
Nice guy. He's really cool.
But it's funny because, like I said, teaser comes out. People see the teaser. Then a trailer comes out. So, there's some revealings about some of the characters just from the trailer, right? Yeah. So it's going to be exciting. Your character is going to be a blast.
Thank you.
It's exciting. I mean, it's one of those things too. Where what was it like your reception, family and friends, when the trailer came out? What was that like for you?
I mean, like, my friends, they're not really involved by acting. They only know me as, like, my friend Kiefer. But my neighbors across the street, they were stoked. They loved the films, and they were amazing. They were like out of their minds, and they were like, "So you can work with Emilio Estevez?" And everyone, I think, was stoked, which made me really, really excited.
Absolutely. Without going into big spoilers, what can we expect from your character and the new Mighty Ducks, the crew? What are you able to tell us a little bit?
I mean, my character, I play Logan LaRue. He's another Canadian.
Canada.
Yeah. He moves from Toronto to Michigan, and he joins a new ragtag team, and they're having kind of trouble finding these if they're even gonna be allowed to play legally. And then they find this kid named Logan, and they're like, oh, he's from Canada. He's got the good skates. He's obviously going to be, our ringer. And I get on the ice, and I don't know if I'm spoil anything, but
well, no, you're not spoiling because it's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer.
That's why I brought it up, and it's funny because I was kind of hoping you were going to bring something up, and then you were kind of just like, "Yeah, thanks, my character is going to be a lot of fun." So I wasn't sure, but it's in the trailer. That's why you see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Logan's a really bad skater. It's just. Yeah.
That's just such a fun dynamic, though. The kid from Canada with a $900 skate. Like, people are gonna love that.
Yeah, it was really fun working on the role.
Did you? Are you like? Is it sunk in? Like, that's gonna be a popular storyline. Like, have you thought about that with your family and friends? Like, people are gonna love that.
I don't know. I mean, like, I thought about some of it, but mostly what I've been thinking of is like, I don't really think this will hit me that I'm in, Mighty Ducks until it actually comes out. I don't really think it's going to hit. It's not hitting yet.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's interesting too, Kiefer, because it's kind of like a tale of two shows a little bit, because there's like the hockey aspect of it. It's about hockey, but then it's about, relationships, growth, you know what I mean? Yeah. Certain things that happen to these kids facing adversity, you know what I mean? Just going for it. That's an interesting concept too, right? It's a tale of two shows a little bit.
Yeah. It was cool because, again, half of the show is on the ice, which again, I love. And half the show is, dramatic, heartbreaking stuff that real people deal with and that real people can relate. And it was awesome working on both sides.
What were some learning experiences for you? Not the hockey stuff, but like for the acting aspect, working on a show like this, what was that like for you?
This is my first, one of my first Disney, actually my first Disney Plus TV show.
Yeah.
So, everything was new with, the whole big company and, really, really big actors like Emilio Estevez, Will Graham. And that was all really, really new territory to me. And I learned a lot from them.
Absolutely. And you're from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah.
Talk about kind of like being, growing up in Vancouver and from the hockey aspect of it, but also the acting, because there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in Vancouver as well.
Yes. I mean, we obviously have the Vancouver Canucks, and we have a bunch of like cool like just places like amusements and stuff.
Yeah.
We have the P&E. I go there like once every 2 years. It's really, really fun.
Absolutely.
Science World. I've only been there like once, but it was really fun.
Yeah, for sure. But there's also a lot of stuff that shoots in Vancouver as well.
Yeah.
Did you realize that when like at one point?
Yeah. I mean, I think the first time I actually saw another film being shot was Once Upon a Time, the HBO show. That used to film a lot in here until show got canceled. And The Flash shoots here. I think does the 100 shoot here? I think so.
Yeah. No, there's so many. It's crazy. It's a really cool one as well. When it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy because Mighty Ducks Game Changers is gonna drop. Everyone's gonna watch it. It's gonna be interesting because you're gonna have the new fans and the old fans. You're gonna have the original OG Mighty Ducks fans that are gonna want to be coming for the ride, but you're gonna have the new wave of Mighty Ducks fans as well. That's going to be really cool to see both fan bases come together.
Yeah. I really hope that what happens is, the parents, they go on Disney Plus and they're like, oh my gosh, the Mighty Ducks, this is amazing, for my childhood. And they get a sense of nostalgia. So they bring their kids in, and their kids, they get hooked on the storytelling and, the interesting character arcs. And because there are like, we all have, each characters have a little bit of cliches.
Mm-hmm.
To them. All kids can point to one character and relate to them in some way.
Absolutely. What is that kind of like? What's the last couple of weeks been like? You said nerve-wracking, but is it kind of like, has it hit you that something you've been working on for such a long time that has so much dynamic and so much character growth is finally going to kind of be shown to the masses, Kiefer? It's pretty cool to think about that.
Yes, it's really cool. Again, I don't think it has hit me yet that I'm in the Mighty Ducks. This is awesome. This is amazing. I'm so lucky that this is finally coming out. I really hope everyone loves it. a lot of hard work was put into this film for years to come.
Absolutely. No, for sure. And when was there was there any specific preparation you had to do for your character at all, like before, from the acting perspective? Like, you know, the hockey, I know I talked to some of your other castmates as well, and they were talking about how there's actual training that happened, you know what I mean, and everything. But like from the acting perspective, is there anything like that you had to prepare for?
Like physically, I could not cut my hair because my character is supposed to have hockey hair. I could not keep it at all for like 3 months.
Interesting.
It was really long. Physically, again, we had the 2-week training program, and acting wise, I mean, my character, his parents are divorced, and it was like a really rough breakup because, you know, my mom cheated on my dad, and now my dad's like in like the dumps, and it's, you know, a really heavy subject for, you know, like a PG-13 teens show. And, you know, I prepped and it's almost a joke because Logan's supposed to be, you know, always smiling no matter what. And at times it's almost weird that he's keeps smiling through this. I prepped through that with amazing acting coaches on set. With that.
What do you think for you? The answer to this question might be the hockey, because, you know, you grew up like loving hockey and everything. What was the coolest thing about being part of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, Kiefer?
Emilio Estevez was super, super cool. He is such an amazing, sweet, down-to-earth guy. You know, first time I saw him, all I could think of was, you know, this is Emilio Estevez. This is actually happening. But then, you know, we had a talk, and we, you know, started talking about the original Mighty Ducks, the stories, how the new one's going to play out. I realized that, you know, he's like an actual real person, and he, you know, he's a great, great, great guy.
Absolutely. Kiefer, thank you so much for coming on Popternative for a little bit. I really enjoyed chatting with you, man.
Oh, man. Have a great one.
It's exciting, man. Like, I mean, March 26th, it's going to be available on Disney+.
Yes. Yeah. How much is that? 8 days? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
You can follow me on Instagram, Kiefer_O'Reilly.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Be sure to check out Kiefer O'Reilly in Mighty Ducks Game Changers, March 26th on Disney+. Until next time, this is Kiefer O'Reilly and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.